College prep. I'm super excited uh, for the day that we had yesterday, our first time doing small group office hours. You guys showed up, showed out, um, amazing work, and I know we're going to continue that for the rest of this week. So make sure you get your pencil and paper ready for as we begin module 6. There's going to be it's some new stuff, but with mixed with old stuff because we have number lines and now we're plotting new points, and there's a set of 4 different steps that I want you to write down. Um, Also, like when I would tell you before, don't be afraid of certain words like property. Words not to be afraid of for this unit is going to be origin, right? When they say the origin of a number line, that always means 0. If they say plot, that means you just put a point somewhere. So again, we're gonna grow and learn this unit together. Looking forward to seeing you in office hours. Let's get started. Module 6, Lesson 1, beginning with the concept development. Question 2, we're plotting the points on the number lines. Let's take a closer look at A, along with the steps, as you can see I put on the side. Let's follow the steps. Step 1, read the question. It says, plot A so that its distance from the origin is 2. Check. Step 2, number all the marks. Okay. So here I see 0, and here I see 3, and there are 2 marks in between 0 and 3. Okay, this is great. They're starting us off with an easy one. Can you do it before I do? Are you thinking about what numbers go between 0 and 3? Excellent job. Let's write them in together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Excellent. Check. Step 2. Step 3, annotate. Plot A so that its distance from the origin, and we know the origin is 0, is 2. So plot A so that its distance from the origin is 2. Okay, step 3, check. Now we're going to solve. So we're plotting A so that its distance from the origin, 0 is the origin, is 2. There's our point. We plotted A. Done. Step 4, check. Press pause, rewind. Go over the steps again. Sometimes it's great to review the steps of a rather simple problem because it gives you confidence, and it also helps remember each step and how to follow it. Okay, moving on. B, step 1. Read the question. It says, plot R so that its distance from the origin is 5/2. Check. Step 2. Number all the marks. Okay, so this one is not as simple as counting by ones. So we see our origin is 0, and then our next mark is 1/2. Then we have a blank, and then we have 3/2. 1 blank 3. Even though it's not as simple as 1, 2, 3, it is as simple as 1/2, 2/2, 3/2. Caught that joke? Okay, so now we can continue filling in all the marks. So let me make that look a little nicer. So we have 1/2, 2/2, 3/2, 4/2, 5/2, and 6/2. Now, for fun, right, we know that 2/2, or 2 over the 2, is the same as 1. 4/2 is the same as 2, and 6/2 is the same as 3. I can squeeze that in there. Okay, so check for step 2. Annotate. Plot R. All right, this is what we are doing, so that its distance from the origin is 0, is equal to 5 halves. There we go. We already have it annotated and also marked on our number line, which is why step 2 is a very, very critical step, numbering all of our marks, because now we see where 5 halves is. Last step is we plot R. Excellent job. And we are done with B. Take a deep breath, send yourself some shine. Great job. C. Step 1. Plot L so that its distance from the origin is 20. Step 2. Number all marks. Now, we know origin is 0, and we're so used to seeing a number line start on the left side and go greater in number, but here we are given a number line that it's not doing that. It's decreasing instead of increasing, because we can see at the top we have 50, and in the middle we have 35. Okay, so now we can see that it's not going to be as easy as 1, 2, 3, or 1 halves, 2 halves, 3 halves. Okay, we're going to have to put a little more thought into this. So let's see what we have. I have 35, a blank here, and then 50. I know I can't just write in 36, 37, and then put 50. Now, I know some of you will be tempted to do this because it's a little more difficult, but I charge you, this is where we learn how to solve these kinds of problems. We are not looking for your perfect answer, but we are looking for your best work. Exactly. So let's take some time. So we know it's not going to be by ones. I see 35 and 50. If I count by fives, would that work? If I count by fives. And why would I say right off the beginning, count by fives? I say that because I know 35 and 50 are both multiples of 5. So if I count up by fives from 35, will I get to 50? Let's see. 35, 40, 45, 50. I love it when it just works out that way. So now I'm going to put in my marks, 40, 45. Now, when I'm completing the marks on the other side, I have to make sure I'm not continuing to go 35, 40, right? No, that is a no. We are going down. We are not going up. So what is 5 less than 35? 30, 25, and then 20. Step 2, check. Step 3, annotate. Plot L so that its distance from the origin, which is 0, is 20. Oh, there it is. I can see it because we completed step 2. I see my 20, and all that's left is to plot it and label it. And we are done. Last one for this set. Step 1, plot a point T so that its distance from the origin is 2/3 more than that of S. Okay, this has more information than the last questions. Let's take our time. So we're still going to follow the same steps. Number all the marks. Here I see 4, and then here's 5. So I know that everything in between is going to add up to a whole, right? Because a whole is what separates 4 to 5. How many marks are there between 4 and 5? Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So these are divided into sixths. So now we are going to label accordingly. So if this is 4, this is 4 and 1/6, 4 and 2/6. Now, 4 and 2/6 is the same as 4 and 1/3. So I hope you can also catch that they try to put another number in there, not necessarily to trick you, but it can throw you off. So that's why I didn't even mention the 4 and 1/3 before completing step 2. All right, let's continue numbering all of our marks. 4 and 3/6, which is the same as 4.5, just saying. 4 and 4/6, 4 and 5/6, and last we have 5, which is the same as 4 and 6/6. Okay, so now we are done with step 2. Step 3 says annotate. Okay, so plot a point T so that its distance from the origin is 2/3 more than that of S. So we're doing 2/3 more, right? So we're adding than that of S. And S, you see here, is 4 and 1/6. So 2/3 more than 4 and 1/6. That is just a number sentence. And we are adding. So what is, we can put a little check mark there because we did annotate. So now we have 4 and 1/6 plus 2/3. Now we remember we cannot add, we cannot add fractions that have different denominators. We have to find an equivalent fraction so that we have common denominators. So how can I change 2/3 to have the denominator of 6? So I'm changing 2/3 is equal to blank over 6. How do we get from 3 to 6? We multiply by 2. What you do to the bottom, you do to the top. So our new numerator would be 4, and our new fraction will be 4/6. So now we just bring this down. 4 and 1/6 plus 4/6 would give us what? 5 and 5/6. If I was adding plus 1 and 4/6, let's take this out of there. Guys, even Mr. Bautista can make video errors. So let's do it again. 4 and 1/6 plus 4/6. That is still a 4. 1 plus 4 is 5. And you keep the same denominator. 4 and 5/6. We have that right over. Did you find it? Did you find it? Yes. And we plot the point T. You should match my work. If you haven't matched it for any of these questions so far, please, when I say go, push pause, rewind, match all this work, because all of these questions have to be submitted in Google Classroom, as well as this page. So when I say go, you're going to push pause. You are going to write down these questions. You are going to write down each of the 4 steps. Follow the steps. Do your best and bring your completed question and answer to office hours where we will be going over this together. Looking forward to seeing you.